All right, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? It has been a minute, but we back. We back. We had to come back on them one good time. We had to come back on them real quick. It has been a minute, but it is good to be streaming again on YouTube. I hope everybody is doing okay. Hope everybody is doing very well. It has been a crazy few months. It has been a while since I've been on here, and there has been a lot of things that have been going on. We'll wait a few minutes, let everybody finish coming in the room. And as you come in, guys, if you could do me a favor, go ahead and like the video. That way it'll give YouTube a chance to push the stream out to some other people so we can get some new people to join the show. What's going on, John Hill? John Hill said you got kidnapped. No, not really. Sometimes, kinda. That's a story for another story time. But how's everything going with you, John? Hip to the dip. What's going on, man? Oh man, that's great seeing all these people back again, man. Seeing all you all back in the stream. That's great. What's going on, hip to the dip? How you been? How's everything been going? We got to catch up with everybody in here as well. It was our little group, and I had to go and mess it all up, huh? Had to go and mess it all up trying to live my life and do all kind of stuff. What's up, exclusive? How are you? What's going on? It's good to see you. It's very good to see you. It is good to see you here. All six of us. It's gonna take a while for it to get back the way it was. I guess it's gonna take some time for people to know that we're back on here, and that's okay. That's okay. That's how it works. You take some time off. You got to build things back up. It's okay. But I'm glad to see us 7 in here right now. I'm good with that. I am good with that. All right. What's going on today, forever? Today forever says, was you in a real life Squid Game? What's going on, self-care boss? Good to see you, sister. Hip to the dip says you look good. Well, thank you, hip to the dip. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Made some changes, I cut my locks off about, I think it's been about a month now. Just made some little changes. Time for a change. It's so much stuff I could tell you guys right now. But when I tell you I got so many stories, it would just go completely off topic. And I might get to some of them here and there. But man, it has been a crazy time. And it's been fun. I've had some really great experiences. Kind of in a new experience right now. So there's a lot of change that's going on. Shout out to my daughter too. If Alexis, if you're watching, I hope everything's good. You already know what I'm talking about, so I hope everything is good. Love you. Shout out to my aunt. She may be watching tonight. She may not be, whatever. But shout out to her anyway. So I wanted to talk tonight. I'm not going to be on very long. I know I always say that. And then the show ends up being about 2 hours long. But I honestly have something to do tonight, so I can't be on too long. But this is something that I really wanted to talk about. It's something that I thought about a while back. I was having a conversation with someone, and it just kind of popped into my mind while I was talking to this person. And it really wasn't anything that person said, and they don't know that they spawned this thought in my head. But I was thinking about, does the Watchtower create liars? And I have to be honest and remember that when I was little, I was a huge liar. I used to lie, and it started when I was little. It didn't stop until I had to make a conscious effort later in life to say, why the fuck are you lying so much? Really, like, just like that. Like, why are you lying so much? But when I was a child, I remember I used to lie about stuff that there really wasn't even any point in lying about. I would just lie all the time. And then when I would get caught in it, you know, if I got my ass beat or whatever happened, you know, then I would try to act like it wasn't my fault, like I wasn't the one who told the damn lie. But I would lie all the time. And I remember being in the congregation when I was young. We knew that people would be lying in there sometimes. I even remember as I became a teenager, we knew that there were people in the organization, in the congregation, that were liars and that would do shit that if we were to do that, it would be a problem, but we knew they were doing it, right? And so I remember one day we were going out in field service. It was me, the guy that was my best friend, and there was this other sister. I'm not going to say her name. I don't want to put her on blast. Maybe somebody might know her, but and we were sitting around as teenagers outside talking, and we all were talking about how crooked we remember the congregation being. And I remember that one of the first things that made me go down this road of lying was, at first, when I went to school, I would always tell people that I was Jehovah's Witness. We can't celebrate birthdays. We can't do this. We can't do that. Hey, Miss Bailey, too. How you doing? It's good to see you. I would always tell people, you know, we can't celebrate. I don't celebrate Christmas because I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I can't sing this song because I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I can't participate in that activity because I'm a Jehovah's Witness. And, you know, being young and dumb, you do that and you actually don't have any, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have any fear of the repercussions of saying that because you don't know what the repercussions are yet. You just go ahead and you say that because it's the truth. I can't do that because I am a Jehovah's Witness. Then I started seeing the repercussions of telling the truth. I saw how people treated me as a result of me telling the truth. And that was one of the first things I would say where I started to really hone my craft as a liar, because I didn't want to be treated the way I would be treated once people found out I was a Jehovah's Witness. So then you have to start, or I had to start figuring out ways to lie about being a Jehovah's Witness so I wouldn't suffer the fate of being a Jehovah's Witness. And that's where this whole, I think that's where the whole thing with being a liar so much originated, because I would always lie about being a Jehovah's Witness. I would always lie about having to go out and field service. I would lie about so much stuff around the organization. And just thinking the other day, I was thinking, is that something that happens? Today Forever says, yes, they create liars. Show's over. Y'all come back now here. That's funny. But it was true, because that's very true. And I thought, what was one of the things that actually made me want to lie so much when I thought about it? And it was, when I think back, it was really me trying to hide being a Jehovah's Witness. And I'm surprised at how much I saw other people in the organization that I knew were lying. I remember there was this guy. His name was Barry something or other. Barry something. He was a little womanizer in the organization. And he would, what's going on, Nurse Betty? How are you doing? It's good to see you in the chat. He was a little womanizer. And I remember one day he was trying to push up on my mama, right? And I couldn't stand this little motherfucker. I really could not stand this motherfucker. I really couldn't. And I was a little kid, but I knew what a motherfucker pushing up on my mama looked like. Now, my dad he was huge. My dad was a big dude. Big dude. I was scared of my dad a lot of times because he was so fucking big. He was a big dude. And I hated Barry so much. I said, I'm going to get this dude. I literally said, I'm going to get him beat up. You a little kid, you talk. I'm going to get him beat up because he get on my nerves talking to my mama. So I told my dad, yeah, Barry, he always be smiling in mama's face. He always come around mama smiling and stuff, laughing in mama's face and stuff. Okay. So when my father confronted him, he started lying. He started lying about it. And that was one of the first times I'm like, okay, so these people, they know how to lie too. They lie all the time. There was another instance, one of the elder sons got caught doing some stuff he wasn't supposed to be doing with this girl, and I knew it. Did I snitch on him? No. I could have, but I didn't. But what's up, Judain? Great Dane. Oh, man, it is good to see you, Great Dane. It is good to see you, Great Dane. I have missed our debates. We have had some amazing debates, Great Dane, and it is good to see you back here in the chat. Judain says, peace, bro. Glad to see you back. Glad to see you too, brother. Glad to see you too. But I started to see all these people in the organization lying. And, I knew it was the wrong thing to do. I knew lying was bad. I knew that there was always a negative consequence to lying, whether it was me getting my ass beat by my dad or my mom, or getting found out and getting busted and feeling embarrassed. But by the time I had grown up, it was so ingrained in me. I even remember this time, and I ask about it being something from the Watchtower because there are a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, even I would say to this day, who are still embarrassed or ashamed to admit publicly sometimes that they are Jehovah's Witnesses. My mother, father, and I went out to eat one day. This is before we stopped talking, obviously. And the waitress came up and started talking to my mother. And the waitress said, "You are so nice. You must be a Christian." And my mother said, "I try to be." And the woman said, well, what religion are you? What church do you go to? And instead of my mom saying, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, she just said, well, I've been a little lax in that area. Any other time she would say, oh, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. But for some reason, in this particular instance, there was something that she felt where she didn't want to feel what it would feel like to tell that woman, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. So she lied about it. And I've seen, so even my friends, we would make it a point sometimes to lie about being a Jehovah's Witness. With so much that we've learned that the Watchtower has said that has come out to have been lies, that seems to be something that just rains down from the top, and then we inherit it, not only just because of the lies, but at that time we didn't even know they were telling lies. We didn't find out they were telling lies until we stopped lying about being one and finally left. Exclusive says, for me, it was more of living a lie, putting on fake personas, not living or speaking my truth. That's what happens being raised in this religion. Let me think about that. Hold on. Living a lie. So, Exclusive, you're saying, or let me ask if this is what you're saying, that you were not a verbal liar, so to speak, but you just lied by the way you were living because you weren't being honest with yourself and how you actually wanted to live your life. If that's what you're saying, I understand. I understand that. And I think John Hill said it's not a lie if you believe it. Thanks, George. I would agree with that, Exclusive, because I would say that living that lie, putting on fake personas, is part of what makes lying in general, even like speaking lies about things, makes it, for me, is what made it seem so second nature, because I was doing those same things. I was living the lie. I was doing all those things, but in so doing, it made me telling lies. It made the ability for me to tell lies so much easier because I was so accustomed to living a lie anyway. Nothing was true. It was so weird. It was so, looking back now, it's so weird. You live the lie, like you said, so much that lying doesn't even matter anymore. Today Forever also says, hello to the old school K-Fits community. Miss you all. Welcome to any new ones. She said it'd be lit over here. Also, it's always real. You can be free to be you. Exactly. And I don't know, I guess if you guys can let me know in the chat if anybody wants to call in and share some of their experiences. I do have the phone line open, so we can have some calls if anybody just wants to call in and talk about their experiences. But for me, it took a lot of work to get rid of that lying part of me that had been ingrained in me for so long. You know, I was lying to, my parents, my family, my teachers, people in the organization. I grow up, I'm lying to my wife, lying all the time, just lying so much that I honestly, I can't even explain it. It was, and I never questioned at that time why I was lying. You know, now I look back at it, I'm like, why was I lying? What was I lying for? Like that, there was no point in even lying about that. But I ask that now, I think, because I've come out of the situation. At that time, it was so much a part of who I was that I didn't even question it. I didn't even have to think about it. I was such a good liar that the lies would just come. Bam, bam. I mean, just didn't even have to think about them. The lies would just come. Hey, Aunt Renee, I was just talking about you. I said shout out to Aunt Renee. I don't know if she's watching, but she probably will be. But yeah, y'all remember Aunt Renee. Say what's up to Aunt Renee, y'all. Y'all remember Aunt Renee. You know her. You know Aunt Renee. But once I grew up, and I don't really have a whole, like I said, this is going to be a short show because I don't have a whole lot to say on this topic. But after I grew up, not just physically, but mentally growing up and started to see, you know, I'm going to have to make some changes because what I'm doing is not working. It's just not working. You know, you start getting found out. You start lying so much that people don't trust you anymore. People don't believe you. And it just got to a point where I said to myself, okay, what am I doing? And therapy helped a lot. Therapy, again, I know we talked about it before, but therapy really helps. Therapy helped a whole lot for me to start seeing things in a new perspective. I would even say before then, it started for me to start lying so much. Am I blaming it all on the Watchtower? No. But I am going to say that I put a huge part of it on the Watchtower because it was so much a part of my life to lie for so long. And I got good at it because of them. I got good at lying because of the Watchtower. I really did. So I can honestly say now that after I got to a point where I no longer wanted to be that person. I didn't want to be a liar. I didn't want to have to lie about anything. And plus, lying prevents you, like Exclusive said, prevents you from being able to be who you really are. And I got tired of not being able to say, you know what, yeah, I did that. And at this point in life, I'm like, yeah, I did that. It was messed up. I shouldn't have done that. It was messed up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. And it's so much more freeing to be able to just go ahead and say, yeah, I did that. It was messed up. My bad. I won't do it again. I'm sorry. It's a long time ago. It's not who I am. But I wonder if the effects of that are affecting the people that we love that are still in. Because I know for a fact that there are people who we all still care about, who are in the organization, who are not being completely honest about certain things that we tell them. There are some times that, for instance, in my family, people in my family, not to put too fine a point on it or to put anybody on blast, people in my family might say something to people in my family and ask, what is this? Why'd you do this? Why is this happening? And those persons who profess to be a Jehovah's Witness will lie right now, will tell a lie at the same time professing to be a Jehovah's Witness, and in their profession of being professing of being a Jehovah's Witness, not speak to me, but still lie about things when lying is against what the Jehovah's Witnesses say you should do, but they still do it, but shun other people who aren't liars, but just aren't Jehovah's Witnesses. The lying, I think, is so ingrained in Jehovah's Witness and Watchtower life that I really wonder sometimes if they even know that they're lying about certain things. I honestly wonder if they even know, or if it even bothers them. Just like the stuff that we've seen with the molestation cases that are going on. We see them openly lying about it. We see them lying about it. We know they're lying about it. But in this talk, in what I'm talking about now, knowing that they're lying about it, knowing that I grew up in the organization lying about everything and wasn't even thinking twice about it. What is it about the culture of the Watchtower that seems to make it so easy for people to lie? From the top down, we see people lying, the governing body lying about these people being molested. We see elders lying about whether or not they were molesting people. We see people in the organization lying about whether they was fucking sister such and such. We see teenagers in the organization lying about whether they went out drinking or whether they was fucking brother such and such. And then you see kids like me lying about being a Jehovah's Witness all the fucking together. So it is a culture of lying that comes from the top all the way down. Today Forever says, what is the call-in number? Let me pull it up for you, Today Forever. Hold on. Put it up on the screen. Now we'll see if this works. It's been a while. This thing might be jacked up. It's crap, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. We'll see if this thing works. John Hill says, honestly, it sounds like regular life. Well, that's not regular life for me anymore, man. I'm not trying to be out here lying like that all the damn time. That sucks. Hold on, that's not the right number. I don't have that number anymore. Hold on. I lost that number. Let me go in here and change that. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay. So the call in is 615-212-9450. That other number, I guess, after you don't use Google Voice for a while, they start dropping numbers. So I don't have that number anymore. So I can't use it. Miss Teacher Lady 79 says, hi, what's going on, Miss Teacher Lady? So yeah, if anybody has anything that they want to add to the conversation, go ahead and give us a call. The call-in number is 615-212-9450. Um, but yeah, John Hill, why do you say that sounds like regular life? Do you think is your regular life about lying like that? Is that part of your life? 'Cause we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to do that. But my parents are still. Oh, that's why I wasn't gonna do that, but I guess I am. They're still. They still lie a lot. They lie a lot. They lie a lot. Let's see if we can get this to work. All right. You're on with K Fitz. What's your name and where you calling from? Let's see if this is working. Hold on 1 second. Oh, wow. All right. Whoever that was that called, try calling back. I told you guys it was going to take a minute to get it right. I'm sorry about that. But call back. We'll see if we can get this to work. It's been a while since this has been on, so it might take a few times to get everything right. But give us a call back, whoever that was, and we'll see if we can make it work this time. We'll see if we can make it work this time. And like I said, I'm sorry for the little glitches, guys. It's just been a while. I'm trying to get everything back in the groove, so. I apologize. Let's see if we can get to work this time. All right, you on with K Fitz. What's your name and where you calling from?
Today forever, Chicago.
Hold on 1 second. Say something again, please.
Today forever, Chicago.
All right, you're on. Just give me a second. Let me make sure. Let me get everything worked out. Don't hang up.
Can you hear me? Hello.
All right. Are you still there?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
All right. One more time. Are you still there?
Yes.
Gee whiz, it's not working. Let's do this. Hold on. All right. Are you still there?
Yes.
I'm not getting it to come through. Oh, there we go. Okay, say something else.
Hello.
All right, there we go. All right. All right, so what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, my dude. This is Today Forever, Chicago.
What's going on today, Forever? How's everything going with you?
It's great. This is an awesome subject because I can contribute to this liar thing.
Go for it. What you got?
I had an experience this weekend. I have 3 living siblings who I have not talked to since 2016.
Okay.
Because I've been shunned, pretty much.
Okay.
Something got in my spirit to call my oldest living sibling, and I called her this weekend. I was surprised that she even answered the phone.
Okay.
So she answered the phone, and I said her name. I'm like, is this so-and-so? And she was like, yeah. And I said, well, this is your sister. And she's like, oh, I'm so happy to hear from you. I'm like, what? It shocked me. So I, said a few words. And basically what I asked her was, I said, why haven't you talked to me since 2016? And she said, because I was afraid you wouldn't talk to me.
Mm.
So I asked her, like, why were you, I've been talking to you forever, all my life. Why would you be afraid I wouldn't talk to you? She said, I don't know. There goes the lie.
Mm.
She knew exactly why she hadn't talked to me in all of those years, but her first answer to that question was a lie,
Wow.
pretty much.
Mm.
So then we had a few other words, and I could kind of tell that her belief in the organization has shifted
Okay.
a little bit. She's not ready to come out, and I don't know if she'll ever come out. But it was some things that she said to me that just let me know that her belief has shifted. Like, she was even talking to me about the Zoom calls, and she said, we're not meeting anymore. We're in the Zoom calls. She said, I just don't feel like being a participant in those meetings. I just get in my bed and act like I don't know anything about it.
Really? I didn't know they still were not going to the Kingdom Halls. I didn't know they were still doing the Zoom thing.
Well, they have like a satellite congregations that are starting out going to the actual physical building, but that's not across the world internationally. But I confronted her about that. I said, well, you know what? I said, you just told me that you had no idea why you weren't talking to me. I said, there had to be an obvious reason because I reached out to you immediately after, some things happened. And you were very monotone with me. You told me you were busy. A few times I reached out to you. You just basically didn't have the time to have a conversation with me. So you have to have some knowledge of why you weren't talking to me.
Right.
And once again, her answer was, I don't remember.
Flat out lie.
Basically.
Flat out lying. That is amazing to me. And they do it so easily.
Easily. And, I remember being a child in the congregation, and, I never believed in it, first of all. But they always preached that spiritual warfare, which gives them permission to lie.
Agree. Yeah, they did. I remember that. So are we going to contribute it all or attribute it all to spiritual warfare? Is that why they're lying to us? Because they feel like they're in war with us because we're not in the organization anymore, so they have the right to lie to us?
Well, I think that's a part of it, but I also believe that, even because a lot of my family are Jehovah's Witnesses, I believe a lot of them are not so much indoctrinated anymore. They just don't know how to come out of that. And they've been trained in that way.
Okay. I can see that. Do you think that them coming out of it is just I wonder if it's just too painful? Because in my heart, I feel like some of these people know that what they're believing in is completely messed up. They know that.
Absolutely. This same sister I'm speaking to you of, her husband is an elder. And the times that I've spoken to him in the past, and I've known him since I was a teenager. They got married when I was like 8 or 9. But, we used to smoke weed together and do all the stuff. Before, because my sister was a witness first. And, after some years, he became one, and he eventually became an elder. But in my most recent conversations with him over the years, I know he don't believe. But, he can't tell me that. He can't say it out loud. But because I've known him for so long, and the relationship that we've had over the years, I know he doesn't believe anymore. But his fear, and I'm assuming, but his fear, I believe, is to lose his family.
It's a real fear.
So he holds on to that.
Wow.
And I'm hoping that some of, whatever he's dealing with is kind of reflecting with my sister because, like I said, I felt a shift when I talked to her this weekend. But she won't say it to me currently. But who knows what's to happen down the line.
Yeah, who knows? I know a lot of us are still trying to get some of these people woken up. And it's just, it just seems like a losing battle, I don't think we can.
Well, it's not up to us. That's my belief. My belief is they'll have to come to that realization, just like a lot of people have, even on your forum.
I
They've
agree.
had to come to that realization on their own.
I agree
We can
100%.
we can hope for it, but until they make the decision, that's with anything in life. Until you make the decision, nothing I can really do.
Agreed 100%. 100% agreed.
All right,
All
Mr.
right.
Man, I'm gonna let somebody else get with you.
All right. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
All right, good night.
Good night. Good stuff, man. That's crazy. I mean, and that just happened to her. She said this past weekend. People lying to each other, lying to us because they don't want to fess up to what they're doing. And I understand. Like I said, I get it. I was a big ass liar too. I get it. But it's funny to me. It's funny to me that I didn't want to stop being a big ass liar until I got out of the organization. Getting out of the organization and getting away from everybody and not having to lie anymore is what made me stop wanting to be a big liar. And that's just really amazing to me. The psychopathy or the psychology behind the organization is still very fascinating to me. It's not fascinating enough for me to want to talk about all the shit that's going on in the organization, but it's fascinating enough for me to want to do things to help people who have left and who are still dealing with getting out of the organization. That's the extent of it that I want to do. I don't want to be out here. You know, there's other channels that already analyze all the materials and all the stuff that they say, and that's great. And I might touch on it from time to time, but it's more important to me to get to a point where we're just dealing with the shit that we're left with after we've gone away, and how do we move forward? How do we get better? And like I've said before, it's still a process. It doesn't happen overnight. There's still times, and I think all of us can agree that there are still times that we all think about stuff in the organization that has happened to us. We still think about, I know for me, it's always songs. Those songs still pop in my head. And I've talked about this on my channel before, but the songs still pop in my head. The sayings, not so much anymore, but the songs still pop up in my head a lot. There's still times where I think about some of the people that I associated with. I don't think that's ever going to go away. But the big thing that I think affected me the most, and why I talked about it tonight, is and was the lying thing that really stuck with me. And it really took me a long time to get past being a liar. It really did. Like, a lot of time. And even to this day, I was talking to somebody. This is a story I'll share with y'all a little bit later. I just want to make sure that everything is on the up and up before I share the entirety of this story. But something happened a few days ago. I was talking to a lady, and when this thing happened, I was very upset about it. I was very upset about it. And my initial response was to think of some crazy lie. Like, in the back of my mind, my brain immediately started saying, you could say this, this, or this, or this, or this. My brain started instantly going down the list of lies I could tell about this situation. And then the reality of it was, dude, why? Why would you even need to do that? It's no reason to lie. And I literally caught myself before I even spoke it into existence. In my head, I caught it like, dude, what are you thinking like that for? It still happens, and it's still a conscious effort on my part to not go down that road anymore. And this literally just happened a few days ago. A few days ago this happened. And I had to catch myself from telling a lie, a completely unnecessary lie. And I had to catch myself and be like, dude, why would you even think that? There's no point. That's dumb. Come on, dude. Stop. So this is not something that just happens and then it goes away. I think it's something that is ingrained in a lot of us. And I can only speak for myself. It was ingrained in me, and it took me a very, very long time to get out of it and get away from it. So I think that's all I have to say about that, as Forrest Gump says. If anybody else wants to call in, that is cool. The number is still on the screen. If not, I have a lot of stuff to do tonight. This has been a very busy and crazy day. I woke up this morning, went downstairs, and the entirety of the living room, bathroom, and kitchen were underwater, where the water heater had bursted. So they came out and fixed that, which took all day, which put me behind a whole bunch of other stuff. But we got it taken care of. And so I got out here and got this show. It was a little bit rushed, which was why it took me a minute to get the call working right for me. Y'all probably heard her the whole time. I just couldn't hear it. So we got that worked out. But I'm glad to have been able to do a show with you guys today. I'm not going to say every day. I will say Wednesday I will do another show, same time. I need to think of I have a few topics up there, so I need to pick one. So we will do another show this coming Wednesday. Hopefully you all can be here, and I appreciate you all coming through. Let me take a look at this chat before we go, because I haven't even had a chance to look at it. Yeah, everyone is saying they can still hear the caller. Self-Care Boss says, once you become a Jehovah's Witness, are you bound for life outside of being disfellowshipped? Yeah, I mean, if you're disfellowshipped, or either you're disfellowshipped or you give them a letter of resignation, basically, or you just fade away. But once you're disfellowshipped, of course, you're out of there. Or if you send them a letter and saying you disassociate yourself, you're no longer part of it. The funny thing with me is, like I said before, I wasn't even baptized. But here's what I think about that, Self-Care Boss. It's not even so much of you becoming a Jehovah's Witness. It's if they know that you know, if they know that you've been around the organization enough to know and understand how they feel about things and what they teach, the fact that you know and you don't do it is enough for them to shun you, so that you will not be, so that you will suffer the effects of being shunned or disfellowshipped. Alan Yu says, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusion destroyed. Friedrich Nietzsche. Yeah, I have a book by Friedrich Nietzsche. It's a very good book, but that's a good thing. That's a very good point. Pink Pineapple says, oh my God, hey, it's so great to see you again. What's going on, Pink Pineapple? Oh, what does that do? You know what? We'll leave it there. Hey, Pink Pineapple. That's a whole nother show. Sounds like that might be a whole nother show. Let's discuss the origin of Pink Pineapple's screen name. Miss Teacher Lady 79 says, what time on Wednesday? We're going to say 7 o'clock, same time, same bat channel. Great Dane, always the one to be looking out for, said, did everyone who wants to remember to thumbs up? Thank you, Great Dane. And again, it is good to see you in the chat. Great Dane, we have had some great debates on this show. So I really appreciate seeing you all here. Thank you so much. I know I've been gone for a minute, but we're gonna try to get this thing back on a more regular basis now, because I actually miss doing it. Every now and then I need a little bit of a break, because it's a lot of work to come up with topics and think about the things that you want to talk about and decide whether or not you want to share that, or if you're being a little bit too, with me, I'm very personal. Pink Pineapple says, wait, huh? Does that mean something? I am the tall girl, if you remember. Oh, okay. I just didn't know. I didn't know if that meant thinking Kevin Hart pineapples. I don't remember your name being Pink Pineapple though. If you're the same tall girl that I remember, I thought maybe your screen name was a little bit different. I don't remember it being Pink Pineapple. Well, anyway, Pink Pineapple, it's great to see you in the chat as well. Let me see if I missed any other chats before I leave. I think I got them all. All right, so yeah, okay. She says, "Oh, LOL. Yes, I changed it." Okay, making me sound like I'm crazy. I'm like, Pink Pineapple. I don't remember you, but I do. Of course, I remember who you are. Of course, I remember. Everybody was trying to make us. Who was that kept saying, "Well, will y'all just date each other already?" Something like that. That was trying to make us go out or something. This woman lives in Mars. But anyway, yes, it's good to see you back here. So I will see you all again on Wednesday. I think I know what we'll talk about on Wednesday. But again, thank you so much for coming out, spending a little bit of time with me tonight. Shorter show. It's only about 45 minutes or so. But thank you so much for coming out tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all again on Wednesday. And I will see you all on the next one, all right? Peace.